Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Afifah Nasuha binti Muhammad Nur. My matric number is E1980197. We are from Group 5. We present the limits of environmental impact assessment EIA in Malaysia, dam politics, rent seeking, and conflict. The article chosen is limits of the environmental impact assessment EIA in Malaysia, dams, politics, rent seeking, and conflict. Environmental impact assessment EIA is often presented as a step through objective, systematic, and value-free assessment and can reduce the environmental impact of corporate and government projects. Researchers present a way to identify the potential adverse effect of the proposed project through the environmental impact assessment tool. EIA can provide information for more informed decisions on how to proceed and ensure the project environmental sustainability, economic viability, and social acceptance among residents. However, at the same time, research has assessed the difference between what EIA aims and what is practiced and enforced. The article discussed the EIA of Bacon Hydroelectric Project BHP, a dam in Malaysia that is 205 meters high and is reputedly the second largest dam in Asia. The Bacon Hydroelectric Project is the cornerstone of the Sarawak Corridor of Renewable Energy, a large-scale project to build a number of dams in order to draw in energy-intensive companies, create jobs, and improve the economy. BHP has an impact on its energy supply, compensation policy, and social sustainability. Therefore, it should be evaluated through an evolutionary, qualitative, and humanitarian approach that allows the identification of social issues of concern. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, I will be presenting the EIA problem. Firstly, the environmental and social impact. Because this project artificially formed, so they have to cut down virgin tropical forest to build the dam, and this will cause the loss in diversity. Secondly, Orang Ulu, who is the indigenous people of the area and the disadvantageous group of Malaysian will be affected because they are dependent on the forest resources to survive and make money. Secondly, the inadequate on planning and costing. The initial plan to supply electricity to the neighboring country is aborted because it is not feasible and it is very high costing. The third is corruption. Corruption investigation on BHP happened because the estimated price on paper is much lower than the actual price. Fourth is the difference in political view. Former Prime Minister Tun Mahathir Mohamad and Chief Minister of Sarawak Muhammad Taib strongly believe that this project is important for the Sarawakian socio-economy. Both Mahathir and Taib criticize those who oppose this project by saying they are a foreign agent, unpatriotic, and anti-modernist. And then nepotism. Without any open tender, Ikram Bahad, who engaged in the timber and property development, is appointed as the main contractor for this project, but they are inexperienced when building a dam. The owner of Ikram Bahad is widely known for his close relationship with the former Prime Minister Tun Mahathir. And then short time frame to completion. On April 1994, the owner of Ikram Bahad promised to complete the EIA report by June 1994. This is short because it is 1 month time period to complete a full EIA report. And then EIA evaluation still ongoing, but the construction have started. Ikram Berhad have done the preliminary construction by September 1994, even before the EIA report have been approved. And then a decision that has been made without the public review and the full report. During the groundwork is ongoing. By March 1995, the first EIA report for the reservoir has been approved. This decision for EIA report has been reached without public review and without the full EIA report. Some say this report also is not followed by the federal regulation. That's it for my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nifa. Today I would like to present my part, which is the effects of not practicing environmental impact assessment by the authorities in establishment of politics dam. Usually, environmental impact assessment is a tool that used to assess the significant environmental effects of projects or developments proposal. However, in this case, the establishment of dam politics has had negative consequences as a result of the authorities being discovered to have conducted the environmental impact assessment without following the procedures. So the first effects is resulting in the extinction of rare and endangered plants and animal species because the dam has had significant environmental and social consequences because it's required the destruction approximately 700 kilometers per square of virgin tropical rainforest. Furthermore, it has resulted in the forced displacement and marginalization of an estimated 10,000 people, the majority of whom are indigenous Orang Ulu, who are considered a socially and economically vulnerable group in Malaysia. They are primarily involved in agriculture and the exploitation of forest-based resources, such as hunting, gathering, small-scale trade and retail, and traditional fishing. The effects of not practicing environmental impact assessment by the authorities in establishment of politics dam from an economic standpoint, the Bakun hydrology project has also proven very problematic, which particularly in terms of energy supply economics. Initially, the Sarawak state government planned to send 90% 100 of the generated electricity via undersea cables to Peninsular Malaysia, as well as neighboring Brunei, Indonesia, and the Philippines. However, due to the cost and feasibility concerns, this initiative was cancelled.
As for the discussion problem solving one, mega dam projects may be able to solve a problem. First, there is a small but limited window of opportunity for an EIA practitioner to influence decision making. Diverting a mega project implies looking for alternatives that may achieve similar goals in less environmentally and socially disruptive ways. In the case of hydroelectricity, when such proposals run counter to political realities, one could try lobbying for the division of a mega project into smaller, more manageable components. In either case, division, the EIA may play an important role. The second problem solving is that if none of the above options are accepted and the project is still approved, the EIA practitioner must tread carefully so as not to justify something that should have been stopped.
Project was presented and analysis in this article. This project have surrounded the EIA have been critical to its success failure to ensure the project overall sustainability. There were significant vested interests of both the federal and regional state level. In a hasty expedited approval of the EIA, scholarly debate has also centered on the issue. Alternatively, one could conclude that the goal of pushing through the BHP with minimal effort to mitigate environmental impact and social government was achieved.
As for the conclusion, the Sarawak case study shows that the Energy Information Centre, which is known as EIA, has a limited window of opportunity to which one can influence decision making on mega dam projects. Secondly, diverting a mega project implies searching for alternatives that may achieve similar objectives but in ecologically and socially less destructive ways. The next is environmental impact assessment is often portrayed as policy measure that can mitigate the environmental influence of corporate and government projects. Bakun hydroelectric project in Malaysia is reportedly Asia's largest dam outside China. Findings shed light on the manner in which EIA was used to legitimize a project that should ultimately have been halted.